Well, good evening,
Heyo.
Cryptid fans. We're not too awful bad. We're almost 15 minutes late. It's okay. Um, got a great couple of guests with us here. The Boone County Cryptids crew are here with us tonight, and I got some pretty cool, some audio clips and some photos, and I'm sure plenty to tell about each one of them. And that's what these guys are going to do. But we appreciate everybody being here tonight. Just everybody be kind and chat. Be happy. I don't know what else to
Appreciate
say.
you having us.
How's Chad?
Hey, I'm great, man. Went to a Christmas party this weekend, a little get together with the Green family. Cedar
Rub it
Creek
in,
Bottoms.
Rub
Got
it
to
in.
see some good people, have good food.
Yeah, that's awesome. I wanted to be there so bad. It's a little bit of a drive to get there for us.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a little.
We need a helicopter, Jerry.
12 or 14 hours to get there. I guess 12 hours probably. I think I can make that trip 10 to 12 hours. Really hard trip. Driving hard. Probably 12 hours. But yeah.
I might need at least one nap.
Well, I damn sure wouldn't let you drive the whole way. I can tell you that. I want to get
Hey,
there.
I drove to Nobles nonstop. It almost took me 8 hours because of that traffic detour when I got pulled over.
Yeah, but you got special privileges when you got there. You were privileged. Skinny pedal, that's right. Skinny pedal, Greg.
I didn't let off of that pedal the whole way to West Virginia.
Yeah. Okay. God, I got to get focused here. What a day! It's been a busy day. Anyway, how's Jeffrey? How's the doggy? The doggy got a good report today.
Yeah, got her stitches removed, and the $7,000 dog.
Yeah, it gets expensive.
Good news is they said that therapy was optional, so I opted not to spend the extra money on the therapy.
You could probably do the therapy yourself.
I'm pretty sure I've worked on enough calves in my lifetime. I think I could handle a 13-pound rugrat.
Yeah.
And you could probably find a YouTube video on what things you should do from a vet. So
yeah, I have vets. I have like multitude of vets on
I'm
speed
sure
dial over here, so it's not hard for me to fix.
Right.
Anyway,
Anyway,
give the dog some benchmark.
we got Wyatt and Richard with us tonight. These guys are ready to tell all about their interesting happenings in the Missouri and Arkansas area.
Well, I'd like to thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you coming on. Wyatt on actually not too long ago, and that was a great show. And I'm looking for another good show here tonight. So I'm going to go and open some files and just start getting them all ready. You guys just go ahead and we're going to turn the floor over to you, and you can give us whatever kind of introductory you want to do, and whenever you're ready to start seeing stuff, bringing stuff up, et cetera, et cetera. We'll probably maybe we'll save the photos till last. We'll go through the other files you sent first, if that's okay with you. Whatever you want to do. Okay. And you guys tell us all about yourselves, what you do, and
well, I guess now we're kind of we've kind of started doing a little more of the research. We don't just go out on boats now. We've got a thermal, we've got an audio recorder. We're actually looking for evidence now, but
good.
We've had a lot of stuff happen out on Table Rock Lake up in Missouri and northern Arkansas. We've got a cove that we've nicknamed it Dogman Cove or Cryptid Cove, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know. At first, when I started having all the experiences, I kind of wrote it all down and tried to keep track of it. But since we've been going out, we've had so much stuff happen. I kind of quit writing everything down. So it kind of all blurs together, but that's it. And I'm not bragging, but it seems like every time we go out, we have some sort of experience, whether it be knocks, howls, whatever. I mean, we've had just about everything but a complete sighting, and we had a partial sighting of a dogman one time. So
awesome!
Well, I'm still convinced. I think I've seen a juvenile a couple months ago when we were out there. I saw some eyes that were pretty low, started up the hill, looked back. You can see the shine, and then you see it turn his head and go up the hill real quick. And of course, we couldn't get the spotlight out far enough, but you could definitely see eyes, see something stop and turn, and it wasn't real big, but it wasn't like a deer, or it was definitely upright. And that was just 2 months ago.
No, back in October. Yeah, October, I think. I didn't get to see that part because I think I was fiddling around with the thermal or not paying attention. But
that was 2 months ago, Wyatt, just so you know.
Yeah.
Well, the way we got started actually is I fished Table Rock for many years, and I every once in a while I hear stuff. I'd hear something. Well, I got to talking to Wyatt at work about it one day, and he's like, "Oh well, shoot, I'm a believer, and so well, I'll take you out. Maybe we'll hear something." And bang, first night, and take them out again. Then we heard something again, and we just started going out and progressively getting more and more stuff as we gone out with each other.
Yeah,
we've
heard
places other than Table Rock, or is that basically where you focus?
Now that's the main spot.
We do have another area down in Arkansas. We call it Three Fields. We found a track down there, and we smelled one down there. Like when I walked by it smelled like chicken poop. When we walked back by in the same spot, it smelled like wet dog. And he's had knocks out there before.
Yeah, I went out. It was early in the morning, still pitch black, and there's a trail that's completely covered by trees. So I mean, it's dark, and I've got my headlamp, and I go crawling up, stand, and just as the sun starts coming up, these deer just come bolting out of the woods across this field. And then I heard boom, boom, boom. Well, the deer ran around the field. For a while, they went back up in the woods, and then when they came out the second time, they were hauling. Well, I heard 3 more knocks, but they were closer to me. A little while later, I heard 3 more, and they were even closer. So I'm looking around like, well, I'm by myself. I got a long walk through these woods. I'm gonna climb down. And as I was climbing down, it couldn't have been more than 100 yards across this field, and I heard a real loud 3 continuous knocks. Boom, boom, boom. And that was enough for me. I was in my truck. And I ain't been back hunting in that spot since.
No doubt.
We went out and researched a couple of times, but yeah.
Well, that's where Wyatt believes he saw one out there. He saw a figure moving through the woods crossing the creek.
Yeah, we went out to put up deer stands, and we couldn't find a good spot back there for it. And Richard and his boy were walking ahead of me, and I hear something bust the brush off to my right. And so I look over there, and it's so thick back in there. I just caught it through like a very narrow opening of something walking, sideways. And the way it moved, it was so smooth. It had to have been on 2 legs. And that's all I can figure. It just busted the brush. It made a loud ruckus, I think, just to get our attention. And I did happen to look over there, and I seen it walk by and then just disappeared. But
interesting. What about the dog man deal?
Well, that was the month after we went with DA and Robbie and all them boys to Combs Ferry. We went out to our normal spot that night. Basically, the only sounds we heard that night, we heard some owls, and I think part of them weren't owls. They could have been boogers. But we went back to the other cove where we found that structure. I think we showed that picture on the last time I was on, Jerry. The structure on the lake.
Yes.
But we went back to that area, and we were trolling down through there, going back in there, and we start seeing eye shine, but it's like laying real close to the ground. And what got me about that is I'd watched on another channel. I'd watched one of Harley Owens' experience where he turned around and the dog man was laying flat on the ground.
Yes.
No, thanks.
I didn't really put 2 and 2 together until after we had that experience. But I got to thinking, like, what if they were laying flat on the ground? But they weren't all laying flat on the ground. There was one up peeking its head out behind a tree, and I couldn't really see it very well. Richard had the light on it, but when he shined the light on it the right way, I caught the silhouette of something, and I could tell it had a snout like a dog. And when I looked into the eyes of it, it looked very evil.
Pretty close to you, or
I had
It wasn't real far.
I've got a big flashlight. It's 15,000 luminous flashlight. I mean, it's bright, and it just died. It would not come on.
Oh wow.
We got away from that area. It came right back on. As soon as we hit the power button, it came back on.
isn't that something? That is just so unexplainable.
Yes, I hear that. I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, that was when we found the structure when it did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, we talked to different people, and we've come to the conclusion it could be man-made, or I've also heard the theory. Well, these things have hands; they could have put it together themselves that way too. But,
I'm sorry.
because-
I'll be right back. Something's going on. Sorry.
You
Keep
wanna-
talking. You're good.
We're good. Okay. There was like some rope intertwined in it, and there was like some big bricks out beside it.
Big cinder blocks.
Yeah, we don't know why those were there.
There was hundreds of clams, small clams, hundreds of them that were eaten up. And we did find a huge footprint
Yeah, there was
right next to the structure.
it was a big indentation. I mean, you couldn't tell a whole lot of detail about it, but
Right.
you can tell something with some weight had stepped there. And tell them about the stick that was bounced.
Yeah, there was on the back side of it. There was probably about a 4.5, 5 foot stick that was completely balanced on a little twig on the back side of of the structure. Perfectly balanced.
That's interesting.
I've seen stuff like that.
Yeah. The only other place I'd seen it was on that expedition, one of the shows on the History Channel where they were showing it, and there was a stick balanced on another stick back on there. But I didn't really see that part, but Richard's seen that, and I was off paying attention to other things. But and then when we were leaving at that time, that's when our spotlight went dead. We got away from that area, and it came right back on.
When your spotlight went out, did it take you long to leave? Like, did you just say, okay, well, maybe we're not supposed to be here?
Oh, we backed out pretty quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't think I want to be in the dark after seeing something like that and then the light going out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had lights around my boat, and they shine. They were pretty bright,
Okay.
but the way that light went out, something was, for some reason, I don't know, can't explain it, but the white light went out, and that was just down. Need to leave. It's time to back out. Just stroll on out of here and keep an eye on the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I've got a 10,000 lumen flashlight, and if it ever did that, I would know something is going on, because unless the charge runs out of that flashlight, and I keep it charged all the time, if it just went out, then yeah, I would probably have a brown pants moment. Something was going on.
Hell, even them little ones I carry, they're 1500s.
Yeah. It's different if you've got like D-size batteries and maybe it goes out. I'm going to say that yours probably doesn't have a D-size battery.
Oh, it's a rechargeable, and I keep it charged up.
Okay.
It had all 4 green lights when we left, and it still had 4 green lights when we were going through there.
Gotcha. Yeah, that would be pretty freaky. That's for sure.
We've had the light die on multiple different occasions. The second time it died on us, we were back in a different cove, just on the other side. There's that cove that we were just talking about, and then there's another cove on the other side of it. But there's a good sized hill or mountain dividing the two. And we were in the other one, going back towards the power line. There's a right of way that crosses. And we were looking back up in there, and I was shining the light up the right of way, and it just dies. So we're turning around to go back out the other way. And that's when we heard the loudest whistle I've ever heard in my entire life. Ain't no person could have made this whistle.
High pitch, low pitch.
It was high.
It was high, but it started out and it just changed octaves as it went up. It got so loud.
Yeah.
5 minutes after that, a pack of coyotes goes off right behind us. I mean, but you could shine your light over there and you couldn't see the coyotes, so they must have been a little further than what it looked. Of course, the sound travels back in them coves pretty well, but
Yeah, bet.
call me crazy, and there's been stories told of this, but of Bigfoot using the coyotes as kind of like their pets to do their bidding and stuff. It kind of made me wonder if
That whistle.
if they whistled and were calling the coyotes in on us.
Right.
Back in, but I can't prove that, but
I can whistle loud. I got a real loud, but I could not even come close to this whistle. And it was so long, too.
yeah.
I can't whistle unless I'm using a whistle.
Was it like somebody wants to know? Somebody wants to know if it was like a train whistle.
Not exactly.
It started out a low pitch, and the longer it went, it got to a higher pitch. And you know, when a person whistles, when they're about done, you hear like it gets softer and then stop. Well, this is just cut off. I mean, it was a high, very long, high pitch, and when it stopped, it just stopped.
Oh wow!
And then after the whistle, we were backing out, and we heard something bust a tree on the right hand side of us, and then we got going down a little further, and then something threw a big rock into the water. At least that's what we assumed it was. He said he's been fishing there for 30 years, and that wasn't a fish that hit the water.
No, it wasn't a fish. You could tell a fish splash from something else. But we've had 2 rocks thrown in the water at us in that same cove.
Yeah. The first time's when I turned around and I drew my pew, and I didn't have my finger on the trigger, but I was ready to do business if I needed to do business.
Oh, yeah, sure. No doubt. Yeah, I agree with the coyote and Bigfoot theory. So many times you've heard, and it happened right here, in 2020. You had that freaking hair-raising howl, and then the coyotes come right in.
Right.
Amazing. I mean, I'm like, oh my God, it's so textbook. Like you see on everybody's witness shows and stuff, they explain something like that, and it just happened right here,
Right.
Wow. But that's very interesting. I've heard a lot of stories about that. They hoard like deer, deer up and or coyote stuff, as like their own.
I guess
so to speak.
We've heard knocks and all. No, it sounded organic, Killer.
Yeah, and you heard that thing that sounded like the Blair Witch, whatever the hell that was.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. I've heard foxes. I've heard mountain lions. I mean, I've heard coons screaming. That's what I told Wyatt. I said, that sounded like Blair Witch scream. I said, there's a witch back there. Something that wasn't human. That was something that shouldn't have been back there.
And the bad part about it is that my audio recorder, it didn't really pick that up.
Okay.
You can, when you're listening to where we know it was occurring, you can hear a little peak in the background, but it didn't pick it up like it does a lot of my other stuff.
Do you wear an audio recorder with you on as your?
No, I've got one of those ones that's about 6 inches long.
Yeah. And
I put it behind us in the boat. I just lay it on the deck of the boat and let it record.
Okay. But I didn't know if you carried one with you in your pocket or some people have done that. Of course, that would be noisy, but I don't know if it would be successful picking something up a little better, because it's there with you instead of placed somewhere where it might not pick up so well. But
right.
It's interesting.
Yeah, we don't get out of the boat. We stay in the boat.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, okay.
Not at nighttime. We've got out during the daytime and went and walk around, but at night we stay on the boat. Just not that we have that much.
Why would you stay on the boat?
I like breathing.
I just wanted to hear the answer.
I mean, just the dog man we seen right on the bank of the lake.
I can understand. No real big reason, right?
Yeah.
We're out one night, and the only thing I've told people on here before, that the only thing I can explain is go to a zoo and listen to a monkey hollering.
Mm-hmm.
And we heard that up in the woods.
I think we talked about that last time I was on, Jerry.
Yes.
That was creepy.
I mean, I did figure out that it could be owls caterwauling, but the more and more I listen to that video, it sounds like it's coming from a primate to me, but I could be totally wrong. And I still haven't had that video analyzed, but I don't know.
Wow.
Then we heard a bunch of owls that same night, right before that happened. That's the night. That's also the night we seen all the eye shine in the tree that we think was Bigfoot, and there was a big stick broke or tree broke right there where we were seeing that eye shine. But we had owls that started making weird noises, and I think there may have been one real owl in there with them, but there was like 2 or 3 other ones going off in different directions, making ungodly sounds. I can't explain it, but
yeah.
I wish I would have had my audio recorder that night because it would have probably actually picked it up. All I had was my phone at the time. But,
Yeah, I don't think about owls. I don't have a whole lot of owl activity here. I have heard them. Haven't we get them over on the next hill over here?
I get them here.
yeah.
But, I've
But
not
now
noticed anything out of the ordinary with them, though.
right. That night we heard the Blair Witch thing. I don't know. It was something primal because it instilled fear in me like I've not had in a long time.
No doubt.
You can ask Richard. By the time it was all over with, when we started hearing the other stuff that night, I honestly, and I'm not trying to be a big baby, but I had tears coming down my face, and I was praying before it was over with. I didn't know we were going to make it out of there that night. But
Yeah, I can understand it altering your feelings real quick.
I've had some creepy stuff, but that's.
It's once. You're right,
Yeah,
Jeff.
that was just right over the hill from where we normally go. There's a cove, and then just over the hill around the bend is where the other cove, and that's where we go all the time. And it was just, I mean, it ain't nothing for something to walk half a mile over the hill. And so they're traveling back and forth through there.
that's also where we heard the weird sound. That's where we went back in there and found a track. What was it?
19-inch.
Yeah, it was almost 19 inches. But
It's an attention getter. Yeah, now sound can sound demonic. Yes. Yep.
yeah.
But we were out there one night and we were getting ready to go. And Wyatt's like, man, is that a bull? That growl sounds like a bull. And there is no cattle anywhere around this area. And it was close, and we shined light. We couldn't see nothing. We couldn't hear nothing, but it was loud. Gurgling, just you could almost feel it. It was so loud. You'd figure you'd be able to see it with the big spotlight or the thermal, but no, couldn't see nothing. Didn't hear nothing walking. But when it fired off, he honestly thought it was a bull. I mean,
I thought it sounded like I thought a bull was bellowing right behind me, but he said there's no cattle over there.
Oh,
But,
wow.
Jerry, that's on the audio thing. That's the growl, the first growl. If you want to play
Why don't
that,
let's pull that up real quick. Yeah. I was just thinking about clicking over and pulling a file.
Hey, Wyatt, what was that one you sent me last night? I was having trouble with it.
it sounded like a whistle at the beginning,
That's what I thought it was.
and then there you can hear other stuff, and then you can hear a couple what I think is owls in the background as well. Yeah. And then I've got one labeled whistles. There's 4 whistles you can hear. You kind of got to turn that one up. But the one just labeled whistle, that's the real loud one. What else?
I'm going to start with the brow here real quick. If I can get it to open. That's not wanting to open. Here we go. Let's try that one. I guess this is going to work. Second. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
I was going through some of my audio last night, and a lot of the stuff I sent you was 8 minutes in to one of those videos, and I just quit after I went 8 minutes in and found all that stuff. I didn't even keep listening to the rest of it. I'd say there's more stuff on that one too.
Okay, hopefully we'll hear this. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's an important thing to click on. Okay, we should be able to hear it. Okay, here we go. We're gonna. This is what's called growl number 1. Maybe.
That wasn't the growl, by the way. That was a dog.
Yes, that was the dog.
That was him shaking his fleas.
There we go. Okay. It's brief, but you could you hear that?
Yeah, I could hear it over on my end.
Yeah, I could hear it.
Pretty fast, but you can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
Just a
I've got some. Yeah,
It was right behind us. It wasn't far up the bank, but we could not find it with the spotlight.
on the original audio, it's a little bit lower than that. I got an audio thing on my phone that I downloaded. I was able to kind of make it louder. I honestly don't know what I'm doing, but I wanted to make it louder so you could hear it.
Actually, I can turn it up more, guys. I apologize for that. I'm going to go 100. See, hopefully it doesn't distort it too bad. I got it turned all the way up. We'll try it again. There we go. Yeah, you can hear
That
it
worked.
now.
I could hear it better then.
yeah.
You can hear it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Man, that's creepy as hell. Sorry, that's
There may have been some expletives said after we heard that. I can't.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I think I heard the rest of that audio, and there were some expletives in that one.
Now, Jerry, there could be one.
Yeah, so when you slow it down, you really hear it.
Behind me.
Behind me.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
y'all
was
could hear that.
there was expletives after that. I tried to. There may be one that has an expletive in it somewhere, Jerry, but
Yeah, it's fine. We don't worry about it anymore. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
on the video, it's part of the. It's just part of the real. You know what I mean? It's real life when that stuff.
That's a good question. How reliable is the starting on your boat?
Yes. How reliable is starting your boat to get out of it?
That one I had, it took a minute to get it started, but this new one I got, it fires right up. You bump the key on this one and it
Yeah.
goes.
You're
The growl.
probably back there.
not the growl. Where we just heard the growl, he had the new boat, so yeah, it would just click right up. But the bad part is, Greg, is that a lot of these areas there's a bunch of big stumps, and so you got to be really careful. Most of the time we're trolling in there and trolling out. Only
Yeah.
time we start the motor up is if we were in a bad spot.
I'll play this again. Quick.
Kind of hard to use the big motor in those spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's play this again. Real quick.
You want to sit here a little longer?
You'll get wet.
Oh yeah.
Is that behind me?
You want to sit here a little longer?
You'll get wet.
Yeah, you can definitely hear it.
Yeah, you can hear that.
Is that behind
We just getting ready to leave. I just asked him, I said, you want to go ahead and start up and get out of here? And then,
Wow.
I think I said we talked there for a second. I'm like, well, I think I turned around and said, I'm like, might as well come on down here, big boy, if you're going to say that. Or do that.
Let's see. Now you say there's okay. I have the file here. It just says whistle. Is that the one you were?
Does it whistles or whistle?
It just says whistle.
Whistle. That's the loud one.
Okay. Put that up next.
No, Greg, we don't have a plan for that. Just put the life jackets on and start shooting.
Swim like hell.
Yeah. Swim like that. Okay.
If something's launching 300-pound rocks, I think all.
well,
I
when
think
you
at
hear
that point, I
when
think
you
at
hear
that
that
point I
rock-
could run across the water at that point.
Yeah. Well, that one
Never-
that rock hitting the water that sounds like a rifle going off. It was a big rock. It was big.
I'd go across that water and not touch the water if that happened, probably.
All right. This is a file called whistle. Oh my goodness, there's all kinds of things going on there.
Well, I can't hear it on our end.
I didn't hear a thing.
I didn't hear nothing.
Really?
I didn't hear nothing here.
Oh, let me doggone.
Jerry's the only one hearing it.
Hold on.
I don't know why I look so short today. I don't know what's going on over here.
Today?
That's all right.
Hold
Is
on.
his hair too short every day? It's not like
Wait
you
a
can
minute.
change your
There
height
we
every
go.
day. There you go.
There you
I
go.
guess I had it jacked down too far.
One night we were in this other cove on the Arkansas side, and we hear this kind of a howl way back in the back of the cove, and then just to the left of us, the trees just busted loose. I mean, they were just breaking. Something just big barreling down the hill. And I told Wyatt, get the light on, get the light on. I can't get the blanky light on. And he couldn't get it turned on. And finally got it turned on and nothing there. You can hear busting branches and just making all kinds of ruckus, but you couldn't see nothing with the light. Couldn't see it with the thermal or anything.
Okay, it was turning the audio off. As soon as I clicked on the screen, I had to glance down and it shut it off, so I had to go turn it on again.
Oh,
So anybody running this crazy StreamYard stuff, when you're showing a share screen, make sure you turn that audio on every time.
okay.
Every time you share something. Anyway, live and learn. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. You get to hear the whistle, you hear some kind of I don't know if it's a bird or something hollering, then you hear two different owls calling.
I don't know if it's all just one big owl making weird noises, but that sounds like a whistle at the beginning.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. All right, we'll play it a couple more times. Like the whistle was gathering everybody's attention. You know,
Right between the whistle and the owl, you can hear a howl too.
Yes,
Right after
that's
the
correct.
whistle, you hear a ooh, and then you hear the owl fire off.
Yes.
Some could be telling everybody else that you're in the woods.
Hey, we got some bait down here. Come and get it.
Right after that's when I had my mental breakdown and started crying a little bit because I didn't know what the hell was going on.
I'll play it again.
That was that Blair Witch screen thing he's talking about. I don't know what it was.
I've often told my go ahead, Jerry. Sorry.
I'll play it again. Hold on. I would say the whistle and the howl, and definitely then the owls chime in. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Yeah, I always tell my wife that animals talk to each other just like we do. Like, hi, how you doing today? Blah, blah, blah. And maybe you came into an area and the whistle was for them to talk in their animal language so that we couldn't understand. It's just a joke. It's just a joke.
You never know.
How about let's see. I got a file here, 10 whistles. We'll go into that one next. Take off on me here.
Yeah, when you're in the middle of a dark woods with a flashlight or standing on the edge of your boat with your boat light and a flashlight, and I'm sure when you hear things like that, you just kind of have that sinking feeling, maybe a little bit of excitement at first, but a little bit of sinking feeling like, well, my flashlight stopped working. Hopefully my boat didn't stop working.
Yeah.
I got to be able to get out of here. I can't imagine. I haven't got to explore yet. So one of these days,
Come down here. We'll take you out, Chad.
I might have to do that.
I got to go out there to the infamous Missouri tree trout.
You guys just make one big trip and we'll all go together. We'll get DA and Robbie and we'll all just
That would be interesting.
Combs Ferry.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is called 10 Whistles.
There's only 4. I think I was just
Selling the product.
He's the hype man.
Audio.
I don't hear it.
You can't hear anything?
I heard one.
Yeah, those aren't near as loud as the other ones. They'll have to listen in their earphones, earbuds, or whatever.
I have to put my earphone on later.
Let's do that again.
And that one whistle you sent me,
Yeah.
you could hear it
Hold on,
pretty well.
Hold on, Jeff.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Again. Again. Interesting. Yeah. I could hear him here. I don't know how good it's transferring over on StreamYard. But
No, I could hear them through here.
okay.
I was out one morning. We camp up. Me and my wife camp up there in Table Rock a lot, and I go out in the morning when she's sleeping, go out and do some fishing. And I was back up in the cove that Wyatt and I go to, and there was a guide who was sitting on the point, and I'm across from him, and something hollered so loud that I was across the creek or the cove, and I could feel it. And this guy's a fishing guide, and he hollered at me, "What the hell was that?" I said, "Man, I don't know, but it's loud." And next thing you know, I'm out of here. He packed up and left. And this is the guy that makes a living to take people fishing in these spots. It scared him so bad that he left. I've got a very tail end of it that I've caught, recorded. People say, "Well, why don't you record it?" This went off for a couple minutes. I'm sitting there in shock before I realized, hey, why don't I get my phone out and record this? And by the time I did, I just got the very tail end of the howl. If it was loud and bad enough for somebody making money on that spot to leave, it was something bad.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That was in the daytime too.
Yeah, that was 7:30 in the morning.
All right. I've got howl. The first howl.
Yeah, this one's it's not. You'll have to listen for it too. It's not real loud. I can hear it when I play it just on my computer speaker, but it may be a little difficult to hear.
I can hear a lot of that stuff when you send it to me, but sometimes putting it on other stuff, it's like
Yeah. It degrades some when you go through StreamYard. Yeah.
same thing with pictures sometimes.
Yeah.
Passing pictures around for whatever reason, it degrades that too.
Yeah,
Probably whatever files they are. Or
I get some pictures that'll look clear as a bell.
Okay, here we
Put them
go.
on something else and they're look like crap.
It's back there. You hear it. Woo! Well,
Right in the
I
middle.
don't scream that loud, but you can definitely hear it. Play it. I'm playing it a couple more times, Jeff. So hang tight, buddy. Did you hear it, Chad?
I couldn't hear that one.
About right in the middle, about halfway.
I heard it.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Right there. That's about the middle of the howl right now. So
Yeah.
whatever the time frame is on the screen, you can see it. Let me back up here. We'll play it again a couple times. Yeah, right about the 2-second mark. Again. No. Whatever it is. Anyway. Shoot.
Okay.
It's definitely there. It's definitely something there. Yep. Cool.
We don't claim any of it's Bigfoot, but I mean, some of it, you know, if the shoe fits, lace it up and wear it, right?
That's right. Is this the same file? Is there one or two howls? Yeah, I've got a howl and a howl one. I think it's a
Yeah, I don't know.
that's a duplicate copy. Yeah.
Try the how one. There was one that I tried to make louder. I don't know if I was able to or not.
Okay, let's try this one. All right. Jeffrey spitting again. Let's see.
There's actually enough juice in this pack this time. Sometimes it's kind of dry.
Yeah.
TMI.
I'm talking about this. Come on.
All right.
This isn't a Beards and Boogers episode, but it could turn into one.
I just saved mine today.
Gotta add it to the screen. There we go. Now we can play it. Here we go.
It may be the same file.
Yeah, it's the same file, just a little shorter. Okay.
Yeah, if you really listen, you can hear it.
Yeah, it's definitely there. Yeah.
Some of them I tried to shorten down to cut out cuss words. So
Yeah, I got a lot of the unedited versions.
Let's see.
We were trolling back in that cove, and there was something paralleling us on the right side. We were going back into the cove and come to this power line. Thought, okay, whatever it is, it's to the edge of the power line. It's going to cross when we cross. Well, it didn't. It stopped. So we turned around and we started going back the other way, and whatever it was walking paralleling us again as we were trolling back out.
yeah, that was right before we started hearing the monkey noise.
And then, as soon as we got far enough where it opens up wide enough, we were in the middle, and that's when the monkey noises started.
When we first got there that night, it was like we got to our spot and it was dead quiet. I mean, you couldn't hear a mouse fart out there.
This next
But-
one is
Go ahead.
yeah, this next one's cool. This is the coyote mixed with something, you say. Yeah. Definitely. This is cool, guys. You can hear this one. He's got this one. It's turned up pretty good. Share. Here we go. We'll play this one definitely a couple times. You'll be able to hear this one. Maybe. Okay. I hear ghosts talking in the background too.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'll play it again. That's definitely. You guys hear that? Okay.
I can hear the coyotes. I can't pick out anything else, but
The initial howl, I think, right in the very before the coyotes start.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, right at the very beginning, something howled, and that put the coyotes off.
Right. Correct. The same thing I had happen here. It's a little different. You can hear the different,
Now, Jerry, do you think that first howl is that a coyote or is that something
I'm
else?
going to play it again, and if I had to
Right,
take a guess, it's
right
not.
at the very beginning. As soon as you hit play,
Yes. I don't know how well you can hear it.
It almost sounds like whatever's there is kind of further out
yeah.
than the coyotes.
Yes, that is correct.
I tell you something I've been thinking about doing is wearing those Walker's game ears
Yeah.
when you're out listening.
Right.
I wish we had a dish.
What is? God, you scared me.
Oh, Richard, Jerry and I bought those. They're real cheap for like, what is it, $35-$40, Jerry?
What's that?
You can get those parabolics
Oh,
off of Amazon.
30, 35. They're amazing.
Yeah.
And
And I mean, they're directional, but
Yeah,
hell, you turn it on, you'll hear stuff a mile away that you could hear a dog barking in somebody's yard that you couldn't hear with that thing on.
As soon as you let go of the trigger, you can't hear it. You pull the trigger, and you hear that dog. It's amazing.
Heck yeah. So do you think that first real loud How was that, a coyote or was that something else?
First really loud yell is probably a coyote, yeah. But there's
Okay.
something very brief right before it.
Yeah.
But you got to really
before
be
that.
like have the file in your computer to hear it.
Yeah,
Right.
you got to have some headphones on. But when I listen to it with my Bluetooth, I could hear it really well.
I didn't know you had blue teeth, Jeff.
Should brush them. Yep.
One tooth.
But I'm gonna start doing I'm gonna start trying those Walker's game ears. I'm gonna get a set here
Heck
soon.
yeah.
Well, the nice thing about them, if you're out in the woods, especially if you're hunting, it's got that feature where, loud noises, it blocks that out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now noise reduction.
I think DA and them had some one time when we went out, and they liked them real well.
Well, they were using parabolics when you guys were at Combs Ferry, weren't they?
Combs Ferry was parabolic,
Yeah.
but the second time we went to Combs Ferry, I think they had those they were some sort of enhanced listening devices and I think they were Walker's game ears, but I could be wrong.
I saved this one for last. This is the Rock.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yes. Yeah, I just heard it. Wow.
You don't have to listen. You'll just hear it.
Yeah. It's towards the end of the clip, but you'll hear it.
It does sound like a gun.
Yeah.
Right about there. Yep. Play it again. I'll play it a couple times.
Like the rock hit flat in the water.
Oh, it hit it, bounced off the other rock.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sounds like a gun going off. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rock hitting the bank and then going into the water. Real loud as the two rocks hitting together before it splashed into the water. And it was probably 20, 25 feet off the bank after it bounced. We spun around and you can see the ripples in the water.
One more time. And that's something. Wow.
Damn.
That is awesome.
Richard, one of the places we night fish up here for catfish, we've had times where rocks would just, and you're not in a spot, really where a rock's gonna fall off of something.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, there's just a whoop out in the middle of the channel, and I'm looking at my buddy John. I'm like, that's not a catfish.
It wasn't no fish.
Yeah.
This was on it is actually right there underneath the power line. It's all cleared off and there's no loose rocks up there.
Yeah.
And don't know where it come from, but we shined the lights up on. He did the thermal up there. We didn't see anything, but the rock definitely hit next to the bank and then came into the water.
Yeah. Jerry, where I'm talking about's right under the Normanwood. Like you go right above the Normanwood, like right where the spillway is for
Yep.
Holtwood.
Yep.
There ain't nothing falling off the Normanwood that's big enough to make that up.
Not high enough for one.
No, and the Amish are out there fishing, but they're not hurling 20-pound rocks out into the
Yeah, it's a pretty steep power line. It's real steep. So if it would have rolled down the hill, you would have heard it rolling. It just come flying out of somewhere and hit the bank and then bounced in. And then that's where we found all the scrapes on them rocks.
Yeah. My buddy John has fished out there in the dark so much, he's like oblivious to them damn things going in. I'm like, how do you ignore that?
Yeah.
And he goes out there fishing by himself a lot, and I'm thinking, how in the...
I've done it. I fished quite a few nights by myself out there.
I mean, he's out there catching, 50-pound rock, 50-pound catfish, and he's got the camera set up on the timer on the front of the boat so he can hold this monster up. Meanwhile, he's got rocks just dumping into the river behind him. I don't know how he does that.
Right
But it
there
makes
where
you wonder how many people fish at night with that going on, and they don't even.
right.
Yeah.
Probably a lot. They probably don't even know what it is, or don't want to know probably.
Now, both times you guys went into Combs Ferry, that was both by boat, wasn't it?
No, the second time
The one time was on foot. That's right.
Yeah, we figured out that you could get in there. So
Now, give us your thought on the Missouri tree trap, because that I still am fascinated by that, how that the thing was just wedged up in that tree branch like that.
Same with the deer. I was out in the boat, so I didn't walk around with them. I was the quick getaway in case they needed it. I just kept getting the text, "Don't leave. There's something out here. Don't go far. There's something out here."
yeah, as soon as we seen the deer hide, I'm like, I was on the phone with Richard, texting him, "Yeah, don't get too far away. There's something out here." And and we were talking on the way over there. We didn't know we'd see anything because we've never had anything happen around that area before.
I mean, it's literally the head of a fish,
Yeah,
wedged in a tree branch.
we got to talking, BA and all of us. We think it was territorial markers because after we went past the fish heads, whenever the activity started picking up just a little bit. So
Yeah.
but
Now, how long had you guys been out there that night before that started happening?
Oh, no, it wasn't very long.
I can't remember.
It wasn't long when they found that because I had just moved around the point and getting ready to fire the boat up and go across the lake and do some fishing. And it maybe 10 minutes, if that. I got this text, "Don't go far. There's something out here."
Nah, it was longer than that. It was probably 30, 45
It
minutes.
wasn't that long.
Well, I still think the best part of that, you guys bring Steve as the emergency medical personnel, and he breaks his foot getting off of the boat.
Yeah, he broke one of the bones in the front of his leg.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. And he didn't even realize that for a while, did he?
No. Not till it was afterwards that he figured out.
Well, he was so scared he didn't feel anything. When I picked him up and was taking him back, you could just see on his face. And they asked, "You want to go back?" "I'm never going back out there. I don't want to go out there. I don't want to be around that place." And he was scared to death. But I was seeing an eye shine on my spotlight when they were walking up. I told them, "There's something standing over to the left." They're sitting down and they were watching me. Kept going behind the tree, looking on each side. And I had this eye shine on my phone and I sent it to them.
Yeah, I've got a picture of it somewhere.
You guys, since I've gotten into all of this, I've never had a problem if, somebody wanted to go fishing at night, not a problem. Let's go. Somebody would go hiking at night. Hey, let's have fun. Let's go. Let's take a 6-pack and head to the woods. But since I've started following all these channels and everything, there ain't no way in hell without a group of 10 people and some pew-pews that I'm heading into the woods.
Yeah.
Well, I would. I still would, but
Right.
Wyatt was talking about the 3 fields. When there's another spot just not far from there. There's 2 other fields that me and my son were hunting. We got out there early in the morning. We climbed up in the stand, and just something started making a weird noise. He's like, "What is?" I said, "That sounds just like a Tasmanian devil." That's exactly what it sounded like. You hear, it just, "No, what is that?" I said, "That's a Tasmanian devil." And then we heard some branches break, and then nothing. Then it got quiet.
There's one problem with that. You're not in Tasmania.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like.
Or
they don't sound like the cartoon Tasmanian devil.
No, they don't sound like that.
I remember some reported activity years back of what you're describing. Sound like a Tasmanian, and the people actually kind of imitate what they heard. It's exactly what you're referring to.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like. You turn on Animal Planet and pull up Tasmanian devil, and that's what it sounded like. And it was just up on the hill across from us. And we just sat there quiet for a long time.
Yeah, I remember.
Richard, I'm sure the amount of time you guys have spent hunting, you've probably heard the knocks in the woods too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first experience ever, was the tree knocks.
Yeah.
I can assure you, I don't work on deer stands after dark. After what happened to me,
He's headed for.
Screaming. I don't.
I've heard one of the reports I heard was actually a person said that 2 juveniles were, he was actually, I guess, watching, and heard them communicating back and forth, making that Tasmanian that
Really?
noise, you know.
Huh.
Okay, Jeff, I'm sorry. Anyway,
You got me.
I got a
Go
picture.
ahead.
I got a picture. I'm sorry. I got a picture pulled up. We got a few we can go through here whenever you guys are ready. If you got something else to say, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, you go right ahead. Pull them up.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's the track my dad sent me 2 or 3 years ago. It's behind a dumpster.
How big are the human footprints?
I think he wears a 9.5 or 10.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's his boot track right beside the track there.
Okay.
That's outside the dumpster where he works.
Okay. I'm going to try.
There's actually 3 toes in that, or 5 toes. Just that one that looks real big there in the middle. If you zoom in on it, you can tell there's 2 toes that are real close together.
Yeah, I actually looking to see how I can zoom on this, but it's not allowing me to do that.
You guys also got some pretty good tracks while you guys were out there. Oh,
Yeah, I didn't send those this time. I sent the snow trick last time I was on the show too. I was just
Wait a minute. I found it. There we go. So they're gonna let me go one time now.
no really.
now one of those ones you guys got when you were out there with DA and them, you actually had a magazine next to it for scale, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I can send that track, but I don't know if you can get it added onto the show right now or not.
Yeah, send it. Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, that's definitely.
And that Glock mag's what? How many inches is that?
That one's 3.5 or 4 inches long. I think
Yeah.
it's 3.5. I'll send that. I'll send those other tracks too.
Yep, go ahead and send them over. What do we got here? Obviously, obvious what it is, but
That's the deer hanging in the tree that we found at Combs Ferry. I sent these pictures last time. I just sent them for old time's sake this time to go over them again.
Yeah, that is a deer leg in a tree.
How high up was it?
It was a little more than eye level. It was over eye level, but not a whole lot higher than that.
And it's just it's just a leg. It's not the whole carcass, and that's not a very big tree.
It might have been 7 feet up there, 8. I'm not sure. It wasn't real high, but it wasn't real low either.
There's the tree trout.
Good old Missouri.
Oh, boy.
tree trout.
Now that's a big bass or trout. I'm sorry. It's a big one. And
Yeah.
the thing is, there's no trout in that area. So where did it come from?
good call. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think that's a bass.
Now look at the mouth on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
could be.
You can tell it's been ripped off. It hasn't been cut.
Yeah, it's jagged.
Yeah.
Unless somebody had a real dull knife.
Again, why would it be up in a tree, right?
Yeah.
Especially stuck in the tree. You know,
It was wedged into a little crook.
And the water doesn't get that high up there, does it?
Not that high. Not up. No, it's been high, but it ain't been that high.
I mean, I don't care what kind of athlete you are. You could throw that trout in the tree 50 times and still probably not get it to set between branches like that.
Right.
Oh, yeah. See that too.
That's that 19-inch one we just found a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you can see it. That's a big boy.
You back out a little bit, you'll see a little green stick in the front, and that's where the track stopped at.
I don't know if we have the stick in there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
This one here.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's where it stopped, and it started way back there. It was 19 inches. I've got a thing on my phone where I can measure. I hit start and stop, and it came out 19 inches.
Wow.
Bird dropped it. Okay, sure, a bird picked it up and dropped it, but what took the rest of the fish apart?
It
There's
wouldn't
no
have.
spine. There's nothing there.
No way a bird would have dropped it into that tree because of all the overhang. That's the cove where we heard that scream at.
Yeah, the Blair Witch scream.
Okay.
We went back in there after we heard it a week or two later.
Of course, this is.
I agree with Hillary. It was flying.
Flying tree trout.
We call this Spencer Red right here.
The red circle. Well, outline.
Spencer Red. Okay.
When they're eating.
Yeah, we put the stick in the front, stick in the back, so you get a reference of at least. There's the magazine. How?
Yeah. This looks like. Am I looking at the backside of the hill here?
Yes, that's the hill.
If that's a little bit of a mid-tarsal break area.
I've got a red circle photo of the track too.
Yeah, it's
I
coming.
didn't put one of those.
Yeah, you just showed it.
I was going to surprise everybody with a red circle. It's coming up. Right?
I think it's in there somewhere.
Let me see real quick. Oh, it'll come up.
Jameson framing.
Now that right there is a area that's been completely cleared out of rocks and everything, and something has been bedding there. And then there's another one just to the left of it. It's all smoothed out, all cleared out. The rocks and leaves and everything were, and something had been bedded down there.
Yeah, it's under an overhang. You got to get out of the boat and walk up a ways, and there's an overhang. We found those two clear areas. Which, granted, it could be people, but you'd think if people were bedding down underneath there for any length of time, they would have built a campfire, and we found no traces of campfire or anything.
Okay.
That's the smaller one that we found. There you go, Wyatt.
A little bit of manipulations here.
Yeah, that's some tree bows I found when I went to deer camp this year. This is actually in the same area where I had my first experience. There was like 2 or 3 little saplings that were all bent down. If you go on a little further, you'll see where one sapling's stuck underneath there, and that's what's holding all of them down on the ground or bent down.
Did you send him a picture of that one that night at Combs Ferry at the boat dock?
That's what I'm doing right now. I can find it. Oh, well, I already got those. I was looking for the possible dogman drink too.
Did you find any bones around any of those areas?
No, I didn't find any bones, Chad. This was the first little manipulation that I'd found there. I was kind of trying to take. It's kind of hard to see them because of the way the sun was in the pictures and stuff. But that's the front. That's looking at it from the front. Those
Right. Yeah, it's interesting how stuff's.
Yeah. And here in a minute, there's a picture of one little piece of a limb sticking out, and yeah, there you go, right there. It's that one branch is stuck underneath that. That's the only thing I could find that was holding all those trees in that little area.
I'll be darned.
you keep going here, yeah, there's a break that I found. I think that was the shorter one. That one had been there for a while, it looks like.
And twisted too. Looks like just a little bit.
Yeah. It may have been twisted. I'd have seen it leaning over, so I took a picture.
You ever found any of those infamous blue balloons?
No, but I do have a picture of like a turquoise rock sitting in the middle of I don't think it's a track, but in a bare spot in the dirt out of the Three Fields area that we found.
That's getting up in the air a little bit there.
Yeah, that was close to 10 feet high, I think. Like I said, it could have been the wind that did it, but
Nothing else broken there, though. I don't see any other trees that are.
that smaller one is in that same area, pretty close to that one.
Okay. There's a better view of it, maybe. Don't mind me. I'm looking for other stuff broke.
No, you're good. I mean, there could be other stuff there. That's what I was just focusing on the bigger one. Jerry, how do you want me to send these other pictures? You want me to send them through Messenger or email like I did the last time?
Whatever you want to do. Whichever's easier for you is fine.
I didn't know which one's easier for you to open.
It don't matter. Either way, they get downloaded. So.
Now, Wyatt told me something interesting the other day about his mom. Why don't you fill us in on that, Wyatt?
Oh yeah. I was I can't remember. I was doing dishes or something, listening. I went back and listened to the DA's podcast the next day, and I guess my mom heard him talking about Dogman on him, and I was taking her home, and I was letting her listen to some music that I got, some songs for the show and stuff. But she ends up asking me, "What's a Dogman?" I told her, "Well, it's like a werewolf, only they don't transform." She's like, "I think I've seen one of those."
Oh boy.
And yeah, she told me it was 8 feet tall, right around 8 feet tall. He was black, had the head of a wolf, and was standing up like she said. It looked like a dog standing up. I asked her about the leg or the fingers, At first, she said it looked like it had, paws. I'm like, well, did they look like they were really skinny? And I can't remember what she said. I'd have to go back and ask her again. But she definitely said it was standing up. She said it looked like a dog standing up. And it had the head of a wolf. And it was about 8 feet tall. And it was black. And she said it happened before I was born. So, and I was born when she was 17. So she was a teenager at some time.
Right.
And that was not far from your hunting camp, too.
Yeah, it's as the crow flies, it's not very far at all. But yeah, so it blew my mind when she told me, because she never told me that in her whole time I've known her. But I guess something when she was listening to that podcast struck a chord with her, and she's like, "Yeah, I think I've seen one of those." Well, how about that?
And that was in the daytime.
Yeah, it was daytime. She said she didn't feel like it had good intentions, so she got out of there.
Did you send those photos over?
I'm sending them right now, Jerry. I'm sending them through me.
Okay. I went looking for them. I didn't see them. So.
I got talking and I forgot.
That's all good.
Yeah, me and my youngest son, we were fishing at this one little island. It just has this little cut that makes it an island. It's probably 10 feet long. And about midnight, I told him, I said, "Damn it, son." I said, "You hit me in the leg with your weight." He said, "What are you talking about, Dad?" I said, "Your weight just hit me in my leg." He said, "No, my weight's right here. I hadn't even casted." I turned the light on. My leg was bleeding. There was a rock in the bottom of the boat.
Oh wow.
And we shined the light when we went all around the island. Maybe somebody was in their boat messing with us. There was nobody out there, and don't know where it come from, but we kept shining the light and never heard anything else, never seen anything. But sure enough, that rock was laying there. My leg was bleeding. He said, I don't know where that rock come from, Dad. I don't know.
Huh.
It wasn't a very big one, but it was enough to make cut my leg open.
Yeah, I've been hit by some small rocks, and hell, they'll make you bleed too.
Yeah. I've never got hit with anything yet, but
We've had 2 big ones thrown at us.
we've had them thrown at us.
It wasn't thrown by anything weird in the woods. It was just me and my friends goofing off.
Right.
One of those, you got 5 seconds to run.
Yeah. Run.
There wasn't a warning.
All I know is the first time we had the rock thrown, I was ready to do business because that one scared me.
That was close to us. It wasn't far from the boat. But you could tell the difference from a fish splashing to a rock hitting the water.
Oh, sure.
It was definitely a rock. And my son and I, we were fishing the one cove where Wyatt and I heard all that tree breaking that night. And we heard something walking. We shine the light up and you see a big shadow coming down. Well, I went ahead and trolled towards the bluff line where it was at, and it went up. And above its head, a light. I don't know. It was like something shining above its head, above the shadow. Well, we backed out, and this thing started walking down, and the whatever shiny thing it was followed it down the hill. And I said, "Well, son, what is that?" And we shined it up again. You can see a big shadow. So we went ahead and circled back around and trolled the edge of the bluff line, and you can see it going back up. So we backed out, and then you can hear it start walking the other way, and then the whatever shiny light thing it was, it disappeared. But that was the strangest thing I'd ever seen, because I thought maybe it was a fence post until as it was something was walking down the hill, that whatever shiny was following it.
Maybe like an orb.
Yeah, it was something that was, the light hit it, you could see it shining.
Huh.
That was crazy. Yeah, we get close and it would go up the hill, we'd back out and it'd come down the hill.
Well, that night we heard the monkey noises. That 3 sets of eye shine. We'd get closer to the bank, and they'd move up the hill, and we'd come farther away from it, and the eye shine would start getting closer to the bank of the river, or not the river, but the lake. Probably the weirdest thing that I've had that kind of freaked me out, besides that Blair Witch scream that one night and all that stuff. But we have what we call squirrel camp too. It's just we go out and hunt squirrels instead of deer. But we were out there one night sitting around the campfire. It was time to go to bed, and we all got into this little camper my buddy's dad brings out there. He's modified it. Just an old school, basically a camper shell, and he modified it with a bunch of bunk beds inside so a bunch of people could sleep in it. We get in there and we all go to bed, and about 3 o'clock in the morning, well, my buddy's dad had brought his squirrel dog out there. And at that time, about 3 o'clock in the morning, that dog, it starts barking. It's kind of doing a semicircle around the camp. So it kind of piqued my curiosity a little bit. And I got to lay in there, and I get to hearing the handle of the door, the camper, it starts jiggling. I'm thinking, what the heck is going on here? That's what I'm thinking. And the bad part about it was there wasn't a lock on this door. So if it wouldn't have twisted and opened it, it would have walked right in there with us. Now, there was another camper out there. There was a guy sleeping in another camper. But why would he just get up and turn the doorknob of the camper there? Why would he just do that? Because I had my 10 millimeter. It was laying right across from me on the table over there. I could have had it in 2 seconds. So, I mean, for somebody to start messing around like that, I mean,
that's just
the definition.
That is not something that's that I would suggest anybody do during hunting season, especially when
3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Well, I had a buddy. It was, I can't remember. It was probably before this, but they had thought about sneaking up on us in deer camp one night and doing that, but they're like, well, we thought better of it, and we realized there was a bunch of rifles there, so we decided not to do it. But get this, I'm pretty sure the same night that they thought about sneaking up on us, they had something throw a rock at their four-wheeler on the county road out there. And then my buddy, he seen something that same night that had to duck under a 9-foot tree branch just to get underneath it. So there's stuff out there where I go to deer camp at.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's our structure. See that branch in the back that's laying horizontal?
Yeah.
That's the one that was balanced.
There's actually other pictures. More clear. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, that one's kind of blurry.
Yeah, that it's in the back and it's balanced on one little limb that's sticking off on the back. It's just, it looks like it's laying off other things, but it's perfectly balanced on there.
You talking about through here?
Yep.
Okay.
It's on the back side of everything and it's just balanced. There's
Wow.
a stick going from the left to the right in the middle that goes underneath it, and that's what it's balanced on.
Okay, I got a few questions on this one.
Yeah.
Were there any campfire signs anywhere, like somebody'd have a fire?
Nope.
No.
Any
right
human?
right there where you're circling is where all the little clam shells were at.
And the big indention too. I took a picture of the indention, what we think was a footprint, but you can't really see anything. It's just basically a circle of light.
There's definitely no fire bin here. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you would see the old charred remains of the.
Yeah,
Right.
there wasn't nothing.
And
And
if
then
the water got up there and washed it away, it would have knocked down the structure too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been what we've been back there. We went back there a while after we seen it, and it had been washed down.
It's
Like,
just
how
weird how that one little branch is holding that big stick up in the back.
How
Yes.
tall is the bank from the water to the shore?
Oh, 5 feet maybe.
Okay.
Was that thing? I can't remember. Was it? The structure was taller than we were. Wasn't
Yeah, the structure was tall. Now, if you zoom way in, and you'll see that little bitty branch going from the left to right in the middle. It's actually holding that one up in the back. And that's what got me.
Jeff, this is the one where I sent you where it looked like there was something in the background,
Yeah.
but we couldn't tell if it was really something there or not. I've got red circle photos, but we won't show them on the show. I lightened it up and all sorts of stuff, and I was able to pull something weird out of the back, but I don't know if it was anything or not.
That's
Look.
where the flashlight went dead at right there.
Yeah. Yeah, when we were backing away from that area, the flashlight went dead.
Okay.
Oh, there's
Obviously,
the
right here.
Oh, that's wild.
We found that after we got done with the Combs Ferry expedition. This was where we actually put the boat in. So something had been there after we left with the boat and came back to that area.
This is an old boat ramp that's off on the side all by itself. I mean, it's not core land or anything, but people use it all the time, so it's not really maintained. But yeah, we put in, we came back, that was there. So it came through after we left.
There's like a trailer park way back on the back, or was it the back of the front? Where was it?
It's coming into it.
Yeah, coming into it, but these were too deep to be a human.
Oh yeah, you can see that. That's pretty deep.
Hope he dropped his wallet too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Get the idea. Huh?
I was thinking I was leaving Bigfoot some money for leaving me the track. That's just kind of me showing how deep it was.
Oh yeah, wow.
That's pretty deep.
Excuse me.
Say vaguely from right about here. Well, of course,
Yeah.
so we're looking at it from an angle.
Yeah,
That's
it's
kind of similar to what I found in dry ground.
It's probably not that deep. I think it's just the way
It's a couple inches.
That's the angle. Still, yeah, it's something heavy.
As we both jumped out of the boat right there, we didn't even make an indention in the ground.
I think these were partial tracks, but I don't know that for a fact. But that's what I was guessing.
It's wide here and then down to nothing. It's not down to nothing, but narrow.
I think it was actually going like this along the
Oh, you talking about like this?
yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. With
It
this
just
ridge
maybe
there.
caught the edge of the foot or something.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
I don't know. I couldn't tell if that's a boot print or if that's a partial track. So, but I took a picture of it. I think it's
You got to take pictures of everything, man. I really think that.
You got to prove it or debunk it. That's what you do.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were some partials in there, but they may not all been partial tracks. That was my credit card I laid out for scale on that one.
I love your measuring devices.
Thank you.
Screw the dollar bill. Get out the plastic.
That's redneck ingenuity right there.
Yeah.
Definitely right here.
Now
There
this was the different time. This was actually after we had what I think was a dogman experience.
Yeah, skinnier. Yeah, definitely a skinnier footprint.
And this is at the same area we found the Bigfoot track just now, but it was a totally different time. And it was after we'd got back from having the dogman experience. On the way back, I was messaging DA, asking how far apart the eyes of a dogman are and stuff. And
You send that one.
no, I didn't send them.
I just sent it to you just now.
And then got to talking to Robbie on the show, and he's like, I would put that more akin to a dogman track. So, I mean, it kind of got me wondering. We had a dogman experience that night, and then there was that track. And then we had a Bigfoot experience when we found the Bigfoot track, or what we thought was a Bigfoot experience. And we found that track. So I don't know if they're like watching us from a distance or what the heck's going on, because it's kind of weird for those tracks to show up after we've had the experiences.
Scale.
Yeah, that's my Glock 29 10 millimeter.
Pew pew talk.
Yeah.
That's a skinny footprint. I mean,
Can you send that to Messenger? Because I can't get it to do it offline. That's a track we found at Three Fields where I had the partial Bigfoot sighting.
okay.
The toe is, if you're looking at it, it's the big toe's right there at the corner of the right hand side of the screen.
Okay.
Right here.
You can tell the ground's been flattened down there.
Yeah.
It's not as deep as the other ones.
That's where I heard them. That's where I heard them wood knocks at.
Must have been something.
You can see that one for sure.
Yeah.
Spencer really liked that track because he said you could see the grass smashed down and stuff in it.
Puppy dog.
Get down, dog. Got all three of them attacking me here.
Oh,
got a dog man sighting in here.
Lady?
Yeah.
I took a picture of a different angle that way.
Can't quite see the. Oh, there we go. Whoop. Wrong way, dummy. Look at that stupid thing. Okay.
I took 2 different measurements of that, and one I think was like 14, and I put it on a different area, and it was about 16, I think.
Wow.
But I didn't know really which. No,
Upside down.
no, it's right.
Yeah, you see it.
But I couldn't really tell which area to measure from, so I took 2 different measurements.
Okay. Wow.
Now, Wyatt, are you finding most of these tracks like 1 or 2s or
Now,
3s
that
or
was a singular track right there,
okay.
and most of the time we're just finding one.
Okay.
Isn't that's interesting? One track.
Yeah, and that was in the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's the last one. That's the last picture there. Wow.
Yeah, that was just all pictures of the same track, but I just want to give you different viewpoints
Sure.
of it.
Perspective. Yeah, sure. Okay. See, I got another picture here. Okay.
W. Leonard, I don't know how big the Combs Ferry area is for sure.
Well, I pulled it up on Onyx.
Here it is.
Sorry, these dogs wanted to play with me.
Combs
Knocking
Ferry.
all over the place.
Combs Ferry area was 742 acres.
Oh, okay.
Somebody was just asking how big is it? 742 acres is Combs Ferry.
And look, I found the dog man. There he
Yeah.
is.
Very nice.
It's a little smaller than I thought, but okay.
Look, it's right there on the bank.
Right there on the bank of the lake. I got this one. I got this one. And I got this one.
One of our guests we had on a while back from PA, she actually makes those.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So what got me all started in the belief of Bigfoot is out in Lake Tahoe, California. My uncle had a motel at the bottom of Heavenly Valley where there was a big meadow behind it, and my dad would go walking out in the meadow early in the morning. He'd just go out for a walk. Well, most of the time we go with him or whatever. But we were all playing. It was cold, bunch of snow, and he was coming back, and he just got an eerie feeling. And he heard something. He turned around, and there was a Bigfoot standing in the middle of that meadow looking at him. He just turned around and froze. And he said the thing looked over its shoulder. 2 little ones came out, walked across the meadow, went in the woods, and he said it never took his eyes off of him until those 2 little ones got in the woods, and then it turned around and walked back up in the woods. And he came back, and my dad he was not scared of anything. He was in the military. He wasn't scared of anything, but he wouldn't say anything. He was white as a ghost. My uncle finally got him to tell. And he said, "You ain't gonna believe me, but there's a Bigfoot." And my uncle's messing with him. Yeah, sure. Well, he finally talked my dad going out, but he said, "I will not go out without a gun." So they both packed, and we all went out there, and we found tracks from where he said it came through. I mean, the tracks went all the way across the middle to a creek, and up on the other side was really, really rocky, bluff line kind of, and the tracks stopped because the snow was melting off of the rocks. But that was in the mid 70s, and that's what made me become a believer. I mean, people, they mess with me, they tease me, they say what they want, but I was like, you want to be a believer? Come out with me on Table Rock Lake sometime, and we'll make you a believer.
I probably got to believing about Bigfoot because of that's when he put used the thing on his phone to measure that track, and then that's my 10 millimeter or Glock 29 millimeter.
Yeah, that's 19 inches from end to end.
a big one.
And like I said, that's where we heard the scream at, back up in there.
Okay. Good Lord.
That's a big print.
That's a big
Yeah.
print.
When you were looking at it up close, you could kind of tell there was 2 or 3 little toe indentions in it too. But it's hard to can't hardly see that on the picture.
Stick up in here. All right. Very good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, puppy.
I got a lot of dogman activity over here right now.
Yep.
Of course, this isn't the one I spent $7,000 on.
Oh, really?
Now I got about $4,000 wrapped up in him when he stopped in front of my tractor tire last year.
Uh-oh. That can get to be pretty expensive.
Yeah, I'm thinking I need to buy pet insurance at this point.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
I had a buddy from work. I took him out fishing one night, and we heard something walking up on the very top of the hill. But it was paralleling us as it was going. I whistled, and something on top of the hill whistled. So I whistled again. It whistled. Every whistle that I would do, it would imitate. And it followed us back in there quite a ways. So I turned around and started coming back out, and you could hear it walking again. So I went to the other side because it was getting closer. You could hear it coming down the hill. And the next day at work, I was telling Wyatt about it. And the guy's like, "Oh, that was you, Wyatt, wasn't it? You were up in the woods up there whistling at us, weren't you?" But Wyatt's not going to be in the middle of the woods out in the middle of nowhere at 2 o'clock in the morning whistling at us.
I hope not.
I don't even go in the woods after dark.
He honestly thought it was somebody whistling at us. So there ain't nobody going to be back in here in the middle of the night walking the wood line following us. But if I whistled twice, it did it twice. If I whistled 5 times, it whistled 5 times. And you can hear it walking, branches breaking as it's walking, and just all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
Hey, guys, I'm going to go dark for just a minute. I'm going to help my daughter find her cat real quick, and we'll be right back.
That's fine.
Would you guys quit it? Good Lord. I'm gonna lock you in the other room.
Yeah.
I got all 3 of them over here wrestling. Hey,
The dogs, what do you expect? They're going to play. Just watch the one with the bum leg.
yeah, I know. Everything's bopping around in here. Good God. It's like an amusement park ride.
Oh, my goodness. So Flat Rock's not feeling well. Flat Rock, hope you get better soon.
Absolutely.
See what? I've been busy going back and forth with the pictures, but
Yeah, I've been trying to pull up what I can in chat.
appreciate that. Yeah, I can't watch them. I can't do the pictures and that stuff too. Just can't do it. It's too much. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'm telling
an
you.
active breed.
I'm always fascinated by what people. I always want to see what people have, and I can see some of it I can't. I can make out outlines of things, but that's the whole object, is to see what you can
I like the narrow footprints we're seeing.
Yeah,
They suspect to be what they've heard could be a dog man. Definitely doesn't have the big wide. Definitely doesn't have the big wide print like the Bigfoot does.
right.
2 of the dog men in the other room, so we're good for now.
Skin Kwando. Look at that. I ain't seen that name in a while. Skin Kwando.
I kept the one old dog man in here. It's pretty nice. It's not aggressive.
Thanks for that information.
Yeah, like I said, you always get people mocking you and making fun of you and stuff. And the minute you tell them, "Well, we're going out, come out with us," "Oh, I got to do this." I gotta do that.
They don't want to hear it then, do they?
Yeah.
I've told people that. I'm like, why don't you just come out with me?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's to me, it's even hard to believe that every time we go out to these two coves, we get some kind of activity. Every single time, you'll hear wood knocks, you hear howls, growls, or rocks thrown at us or whatever. And that one night we were out and we were trolling out, and I just did a real just a whoop, and whatever it was next to the bank, and it scared it so bad that it ran up the hill fast. I mean, a lot faster than anything I've ever heard run up the hill at woods. Wyatt was thinking, well, maybe it was a little one. Maybe you scared a juvenile one.
Yeah.
Be.
And most of the time we've got them on. Most of the time they're not just on one side; they're on both sides of the lake. We've had activity on both sides multiple times.
So you can go to the back of this cove, and it's very shallow where you can very easily walk across, or something could swim across because it's not very wide. I mean, I could probably throw a rock from one side to the other, and some of it.
Yeah, I love the pictures. I love,
Yeah.
like I was telling them when you guys were off camera, some of them I can tell, what they are. Some of them I can't, but you need to share everything you can because, it's part of the investigation process for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I honestly don't claim that any of it's Bigfoot, but some of the evidence definitely points towards it being Bigfoot.
Well, it's even if it doesn't, then you got to question, well, what is it then? And it might lead you back to that. That's the neat thing about stuff like this is playing detective and trying to figure out what it could be, and then what it isn't.
Yeah, but some of them howls and some of the whistles and tree breaks and knocks that we hear. I mean, what else could it be? I mean, it's
Right.
not a bear. It's not a coyote knocking wood. It's not. I mean, what else could it be? A person out there at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere.
Looking to prank. Yeah. Looking to prank somebody. Right. Yeah. I'll sit out here, and if anybody comes out.
I knew DA was up to something, but I never thought he'd stoop that low.
Right.
So DA's not been to this cove yet. We're trying to get him out there before too long. But
that's what he tells you. See,
that's right.
That's true.
Well, my boat was out of commission for a while, so I just went ahead and got another one, so we can start going back out a lot again.
We're reliable.
Well, boat it stands for break out another 1,000.
Mine's break out another 10,000.
Yeah.
It's like, I got family members. They got like 3 boats and one of them runs, maybe.
Yeah. Well, where I live, every house has about 5 cars and 3 boats that don't run. So I'm in the holler, buddy. Now.
That's like my neighbor. He's got 3 Chrysler Daytonas that he's going to make one out of. And they've all been there for, he's taking pieces and parts out of one and put,
right.
And then parts from another one. And then he's still got some old Saturn for storage.
Chrysler Daytona?
Yeah.
Dodge Daytona. Get it right.
My neighbor Tommy right across the street. You would have thought the little short black guy, you would have thought there was some old white hillbilly living there. But he's got that and like 3 tractors and a Ford with a transmission that he's supposed to be putting back in it. I don't.
The wife and I, we were camping at 86 this year, and you can hear something. I said, listen, there's something across the lake over there. Then all of a sudden a tree branch broke, and it was loud. It echoed. So it was a big branch that broke. Oh, that was just a tree break-in, or she had an excuse for everything. I said, no, that was a very loud, clean snap. You can hear it snap. Yep. And then you can hear something. Oh, maybe it's just a woodpecker that knocked in. Yeah, okay. A woodpecker broke a big old branch at night.
That's like when you hear the 500-pound owl.
Yeah.
I heard a whole tree come down a couple of years ago over here at the campground.
Yeah. So. But when you hear one like that, you hear the.
Oh yeah.
And then it like stops, like they're holding it up or something.
Right.
And then it just goes.
Yeah, this was a loud snap.
I just thought of something. One night we were back in there. we had this whippoorwill. This stupid thing was getting annoying. It was getting to the point it was getting annoying. And we get back in there, and we finally find it. It's on the bank of this cove, and I shine the light on it, and it shut up. And so we leave. We start leaving that little area there, and not too long later, it starts back up again. And apparently, something else was getting tired of hearing this whippoorwill too, because this god awful. I don't know what it was. I would almost akin it been to a really loud owl, but it didn't have the whole owl call. It was like the very last part of it. But as soon as it did that whippoorwill shut up, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was thankful for that.
That was in the same area where that monkey noise was at.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've got that, if he sent you the monkey sounds or not.
I did the last time I was on the show.
My Lord.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Do you want me to resend that? Do
Anybody
you want me
got
to resend that, Jerry, or save it for another time?
real quick? Yeah. Yep.
I got to figure out which one it was.
So I've fished this lake for 30 plus years, and I've always heard weird noises and this and that. And when I got up in these two coves, and it really got, I'm not afraid. I mean, I don't get startled or spooked very easy in the woods. I'll go walk through the woods by myself, and it don't bother me. But there's been a few times I've been with Wyatt. It's like, it's time to get out of here. We're not supposed to be here. I get the chills, and something just tells me, get out of here now.
Yeah, listen to your conscience. It'll.
Yeah, what's that? DA calls it monkey brain.
Yeah, monkey brain.
Yeah, when monkey brain starts talking, it's time to listen.
Yeah, we've had them on both sides of us. Like they were communicating back and forth. You'd hear a howl on one side and a howl on the other side, and the one behind us was actually getting closer. And that's when I told Wyatt, okay, well, let's turn this boat around, because we couldn't motor up too much brush. So I kicked that trolling motor on high. Even the trolling motor was bouncing off of stuff.
Well, Richard, this is the first time you and I have talked, but what you guys are saying about that deer hanging in that tree,
Yes, sir.
I found 2 carcasses on the back of the farm hanging out of my deer stands.
Out of the deer stand.
Like almost to the platform, like something hung it up there like they were just draping a coat over the back of a chair or something.
Almost like an offering to you. Here, you can't shoot them. I'll get one for you.
Yeah, well, they took all the good parts off and left me with the hide and the damn bones. I was like, what the hell am I going to do with this? One of my buddies was like, well, it was your crackhead cousin probably put them up there. I'm like, that little bastard is not going to climb up a ladder to hang a carcass over the top rung of the stand. I'm sorry, but that's not.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be getting that.
Yeah, I got it. Downloading. Excuse me, getting it downloaded now. Okay.
Yeah, we've heard dogs off in the distance howling or barking and stuff, and then we'll hear a howl, and they just shut up instantly. We've heard that more than once.
Why didn't it download?
Oh, Skin Kwando said someone found a deer 20 foot up a tree last summer in Michigan.
Dang.
He's like, I think I have a photo of it.
That high up, you'd almost think it was a cat. You drug it up that high, huh? Being that high up.
Well, you also got to think of the size of the tree, like how big,
Exactly. The tree
a cat's not going to go up a real small tree trying to,
Yeah. Now, one they found out there at Combs Fair, that was a pretty small tree. So it wouldn't be one that a cat would have climbed.
And the cat wouldn't have left one leg in the, you know.
Well, it was not just thrown up there either. It was draped over 2 different limbs. Like it had been put up there with purpose.
All right, let's add this. Here we go.
You'll have to turn this one up if they want to hear this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I think. Let's turn it all the way up on my end here, so we'll see what happens.
Can't hear nothing on this end.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything either.
Yeah.
I heard the iPhone going off in the background, but that's all I was able to hear.
That's all I could hear too.
That was the problem we had last time. We couldn't hardly hear these videos very well.
Yeah. Yeah, I could hear the telephone. I can hear Jeff spit still.
What's weird is we can hear them monkey sounds, but in the middle of that, you can hear 2 rocks clinking together. Like
Really?
somebody's knocking rocks together. You can hear it. And we never heard it with our ears, but we picked it up on.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna replay this again and turn my volume all the way up on my computer for me. See what I come up with.
Yeah, I've got mine all the way up. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I hear it.
Play it on your phone on the microphone.
Yeah, I don't hear anything on my end.
Now, hold
I
on,
can
I'm
hear
gonna have Wyatt pull it up on his phone and play it right here through the microphone.
Okay. Take a break, Jeff. Hold on.
Did you hear it?
No.
Might have to rewind. It was right at the beginning.
There's a 3 rock. We can hear it just fine on the phone, but
Right there.
We can't hear it. Hold on a second. Let me check your volume. Hold on, Jeff. Let's see. Mic settings. Mic volume. Get rid
And
of
then the
that one.
rocks.
Okay, you're turned all the way up, so try it again.
all right.
And then right at the end, you hear the rocks knocking. Can't hear it still.
Nah, we can't hear it. No.
Can you hear it when he sent it to you?
Yeah, I can hear it on my computer, yes.
Did you hear the rocks at the end?
I did not hear the rocks. I have to go
Right.
back and listen to it.
Yeah, right towards the end, you'll hear click, 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 click.
Right after you hear the owl sounds, or the owls or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
because owls can caterwauls. That's why I say it. I don't know if it's Bigfoot or not, but you can hear 2 different areas where the rocks clack.
Okay.
Send that to me.
I think you sent that to me a while back. I remember hearing it.
Yeah, we had it on the last show. It's the same video we had on the last show. I think. Okay. Let me go this quick.
Yeah. Wish I'd have had the recorder that night because it would have picked it up a lot better. But... oh, well. Now I've got one.
Yeah, that was back before you got technologically advanced.
Yeah. You learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, we've got IR, we got thermal, so hopefully.
Oh, which thermal do you guys have?
The TM256.
Jerry and I have the old model, the 160. They don't think they make that one now.
Because it was cheap.
It was like $250.
Yeah, I mean they're good thermals though.
Yes.
Hey, I use it to look for deer at night sometimes after I can't find the trail.
Right.
It's been a great help. I've found them.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
I can hear it.
Do you
Yeah, I
guys
got
have
those-
any
What you got in brush though?
The
You
show's
got to
off.
get away from the brush to see.
I tried to replay it, and everybody started talking and blew my eardrums out. So I'll go back and check.
He's trying
I have
to
a whole-
Now you're not going to hear anything at all now, except for us.
Yeah, I hear them rocks.
I'm sure it's there. I can't replay it right now because as soon as I do, somebody talks. And,
That's all right. That's the problem we had last time with the videos. We couldn't
yeah,
hear them.
it's hard to hear. Yeah.
You guys have any questions or anything?
Oh, I could ask you 1,000, but we're almost 2 hours into the show. But anybody in chat real quick before we get out of here? If you got a question for Wyatt, Richard, now's your time. Chad's itching to bring you on here. Just do it. Anybody in chat real quick? Feedback.
I was pulling the chat back up.
Feedback.
You can ask any question except for the exact locations, because
No,
I
no.
really don't want to give that because we have a million people out there.
That's the good thing about this crew, this chat. Nobody really asks ever where exactly these take place.
We got a peninsula you could bring a boat to.
Yeah, definitely, Catherine. I got some big Kenwood speakers out in the living room. Yeah, got an old Kenwood rack system. That thing will that thing will rock and roll. I haven't had it on in a couple of years. It's almost embarrassing to say that.
You ever, any of you ever in Southwest Missouri, Northwest Arkansas, holler. I'd take you out there.
How often do you guys go out?
Quite a bit in the spring and summer. It's pretty dang cold right now.
Yeah.
Spring, summer, and fall, we're out there quite a bit.
Yeah, it was a whopping 10 degrees here this morning.
It was actually 61 here today.
I'd have loved that.
I think we made it up to 42. And, we're Tennessee. I think we got some single digit wind chills coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
Gross.
Up until today, it's been pretty chilly, but it finally warmed up a little bit today.
I got a question for
29 here
Richard.
right now.
Yes, sir.
Richard, I haven't asked you this question. I know I've asked Wyatt in the past. In your humble opinion, what do you think these beings are? What do you think? Flesh and blood,
I'm a firm believer in Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever they want to call it. It's a living mammal. I mean, it breathes and bleeds just like we do. People might make fun of me and whatever, but I'm a firm believer in them.
Me too. Yeah. I don't care what people think.
No.
I know what these two eyes have seen, these 2 years have heard, et cetera, et cetera. So.
Yeah, like I said, that one time Wyatt and I were out there, I seen something down that bank. We heard something, and we shined the lights down there, and I seen two eyes in a shadow, just a dark something small, and you could tell it turned and looked right at me, walked up the hill and stopped, and turned and looked at me again, and then turned and disappeared up the hill.
Yeah, sure.
And I honestly told Wyatt, I think I just saw a juvenile. But I think there's a family living in a cave back there because they're there every year. Every time we go out, they're back there. There's plenty of food. There's water. There's numerous caves back up in there. I'm sure of it. I mean, we went way back in there as far as we can go, and then got out of the boat and walked back in there. And I mean, there's nothing back there, just woods.
Not much human activity, I'm sure.
No,
Right.
No.
Matter of fact, the last time we went back way far deep in them coves, it was really creepy because I put the thermal out there and looking, and all you could see was this deer crossing the lake in a real shallow area. It just looked ominous the way it pulled
I
up.
bet.
yeah, it was neat. you could hear something walking. He's shining. There was that deer standing there in that fog. It was a little bit foggy, standing in the water at night. It was pretty neat.
Wow.
That was the same night that the rock got thrown at us. I think it was just later on that night.
Those thermals, they're an attention
Yeah.
getter. Aren't they,
I
Jeff?
took the thermal out the other night and let my kid.
Yeah, we finally got to use ours over at the campground here. Well, back when
Yeah.
Mark and Rick was up here. And
Right.
Yeah, and I caught something on there. I'm still thinking it was a black bear. I don't know.
it was a Bigfoot, wasn't a black bear.
You start off Bigfoot, then you work your way down.
Yeah.
My kid loves that thing. The other night we were hunting and it got too dark to see anything. And he's like, I want to go see some deer. I'm like, well, let's go out to this other field. And he's out there like this, what, you know.
Yeah, right. So he pulls it away from his eye and tries to see where he's going.
Yeah.
And night vision's great too. You know, I've got night vision goggles, and but I'm telling you what, they are rough on the eyeballs at night. Lord,
Yeah.
you-
The thermal is way easier to readjust to.
yeah,
Oh,
night vision.
we had that shine on your night vision that one time.
Yeah, I've got an IR camera that it shows up pretty good.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't have the night vision yet. I need to get one. I
I
got
just
the
saw a
thermal.
set, Jeff. I should have sent them to you. Don't be afraid to go to Temu for that. My set works really well. I've learned how to use them. They give us a fit over at the campground. I forget. I figured it out. I just couldn't remember. I can't remember.
I will say when the fog rolls in, the night vision and the thermals are absolutely useless.
Well, yeah,
You can't
bouncing
see
off the water droplets.
when I was up in Gettysburg with Bud, he had his night vision out and I had the thermal, and we're looking around and it was so foggy. My truck's sitting like 20 yards away. You can't even see it. Like,
Do you want to see if you've got security cameras? Look at your security cameras when there's fog, and look how it looks super cool because you can see all the water vapor going different directions depending on the wind. So imagine that if it's raining or super foggy, what you're not going to see anything.
Yeah.
And we ran into that one of the last times we went out. It got pretty foggy on us with our headlamps. You couldn't see. Now you just see all the water particles and the heat through that the night vision up or his thermal up, and yeah, you couldn't hardly see anything.
I will say thermal's better than the night vision and the dense stuff. But
Yep.
yeah.
it's still not great.
Yep.
Tell them about the Tennessee thing when you guys went.
Oh, wife and I went to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg this summer and stayed. We had a cabin out in the woods, and I heard something. Just not sure what it would sound like a howl, and then hear something walking and breaking branch, and the guy across from us was like, "Man, what is that?" I have no idea what it was, but we're back up in the woods, and I got up the next morning. He was packing up. So what are you doing? He said, "Man, I don't know what that was, but I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here." Well, we got a couple more days, so we're staying. The wife, of course, here she is. Oh, it's such and such, or it's such and such. But this guy, he didn't know what it was, and he didn't want to find out what it was. We'd lay in the hot tub to hear it.
There's a lot of stories out of there. So
You didn't go to that same place the DA stayed at, did you?
I'd say it was probably pretty close.
We were right there in Pigeon Forge.
Where he decided to do the tongue pop off the back porch, and then something hit the cabin, and they found that track the next morning, and she told him, "Don't do that again."
Yeah. I think it actually tore up the security light that was on the side of the cabin too, didn't it?
I can't remember if it did or not.
Like bend it at a weird angle or something.
It might have.
I stayed in a. You rent a cabin on the side of a mountain down there in Pigeon Forge, out past
Right.
Dolly, off the beaten path.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a bitch to get the vehicle up through this gravel road to get to this camp. That's how far back it was. Cabin. Beautiful cabin. Beautiful cabin. And I just sit there and think, what if?
Yeah.
My buddies went out there. One of my buddies, when he got married, he went out to Pigeon Forge, and a lot of those cabins burned down a few years ago. But he said when you got there, everybody's got these nice bear boxes, to keep the keep the bears out of the trash. And well, for some reason, the one they stayed at, they didn't fix the bear box. The bear box was all busted up. So somebody had bungee corded the trash can to the deck. Well, they were taking a nap in the middle of the day, and he heard something and got up and went over to the door, and he opened, he opens the storm door and he goes to look up against the glass on the wooden door. Well, there was a black bear tearing into the garbage can, and its butt was up against the door.
Oh man.
And he's like, oh crap. And it's like bumping into the door backwards, yanking on this garbage can. And he's like, well, crap. He's like, I couldn't, he's like, I forgot to pack my pew I was going to take with me up there. And he goes back and tries to wake his wife up, and he's like, there's a bear on the porch. She's like, oh, that's nice. And just goes back to sleep. And he's in the kitchen trying to figure out what to do about this bear. So he goes and gets his alarm for the truck and sets the truck alarm off. And the bear tore off of that deck. Well, a couple minutes later, he's like standing there in the bathroom window with the remote, and it comes back, and he just hits the alarm again, and it runs off.
Heck yeah, that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
And we've all tangled with bears, so he's no stranger to them things.
Right. Oh,
Okay. Keep your trash containers properly secured.
exactly.
Well, there's enough signs around there. You should, maybe, yeah.
Well, you would have thought the maintenance guy at the cabin might have, fixed the box.
People move in and out of them cabins.
I know.
You're lucky they're clean.
I wonder when the government's ever going to fess up to them,
Yeah.
Going to fess up to, no, because, it'll be so much panic. People running to the woods with guns that be shooting one.
Yeah. That's the thing. If you shot one and brought it in, you're going to go to jail for killing it, but yet it don't exist. So you'll go to jail and they're going to keep it hidden. They'll make up something.
Well, maybe it's happened before. Again, the government just keeps it secret.
Oh, I'm sure. I'd almost bet money it's happened before.
If
That's
they
like
don't,
here with the bobcats and the mountain lions. They tell us they're not here. We don't have a season on them. So how do I supposed to get in trouble for shooting something that doesn't exist?
Yeah, right.
I mean, you hear them firefighters out there in Oregon and California, they found bodies of Bigfoots, but where are they at? Where are the people out that seen them? They disappear all of a sudden.
Yep.
I know that.
Agree.
And this is probably, coincidental. Let's put it that way. This is for entertainment purposes only. But the afternoon that I released my first show, I can't remember if it was the Park Service or something. One of the,
oh boy,
what is it down here we have down in town? The National Park Service or the
National
Forestry. They drove right past my house the day I released my first episode. And
Oh, really?
but I'm thinking it was probably just coincidental. I hope. But
Well, I hope that the hang up phone call I got from Washington D.C. after we did like our 5th episode,
right.
I hope that was coincidental, but
That's why I'm in his house instead of mine.
It kind of had me wondering. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I just released the episode. It was the first one with DA on it, and
They're probably following DA too.
this freaking Park Service, or I can't remember what government agency. It's with the forestry somehow, the National Park or the Forestry Division. It was one of those. But there's an office right down here in town. I'm hoping they just took that road to go back to their office for some reason. But I don't know.
it's hard to say.
a lot of people have talked about it.
They're out there looking. They're out there looking and watching.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I know some people that were in the chat earlier said that they've had, blacked out cars parked out by their house, and then when they walk over there and see what's going on, and drive off.
And they're black. Their abilities to manipulate your what do you use, the sound vibrations or whatever, stuff like that.
Infrasound.
Infrasound. There you go. It's You know,
Yeah.
why? Why do they tamper with that stuff? Why? You know, why are they using it?
I think that is keep an eye on everybody.
Yeah.
Somebody gets.
I haven't had any problems.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm not going to say a word.
Come on,
Knock,
Mr.
knock, knock,
Conspiracy.
knock.
That's right. That's
There's a
right.
knock at the door.
And this will be probably. I mean, I've had other experiences that I haven't even talked on about here tonight, but it's not been too long ago out here that I walked outside middle of the night and I heard a howl way off in the distance, and then over on the other side of town, I heard a pack of coyotes go off. It kind of reminded me of how it happens out there on the lake. Heard a howl, and then I heard a pack of coyotes, and I've never heard coyotes that close to my house before here in town. So I don't know if that was a booger out there or not, but it may have just been another coyote making a big howl out there. It wasn't real loud, but you could definitely tell it was just a long howl, and then heard the pack of coyotes go off.
Well, if you start finding tree traps in your yard, you'll know.
I mean, my dad found that track. It's probably a mile from my house right now is where he found it here in town beside a dumpster. So I have no doubt that they're in the city limits, but
There we go. I heard that story. Where'd it go?
You took it off.
I'm sorry, Chad. I didn't even know you had. I was over there reading it on the other side of the screen. I didn't know you had it up there. Sorry.
That's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, it was just weird when Wyatt and I would go out, and I told him, I said, I think I'm completely convinced that they know my boat. We'd go out there, and we won't hear nothing. It'd be dead quiet. And then I've got them lights on the side of my boat. I'll turn them lights on. It'll just be a couple minutes after them lights come on. We'll start hearing stuff walking, tree knocks, howls, and it's just. I'm honestly convinced that they know my boat.
I think they've got used to your new boat too, because we don't even have to have lights on anymore. They just start doing stuff.
They might sense you. They might might smell you, maybe your vibration. I'm a big vibrations person, so I think they could feel what you're putting off your body.
Right.
Yeah.
My biggest worry is we're going to get somebody out there, and then we won't have one thing happen, and we're going to look like fools because we talk about all this stuff that happens. We try to bring somebody out there, and it's just quiet. But
yeah,
you know what's going on out there. Like I said, you don't have to prove nothing to anybody.
Right. I just want them to have the experience. Like DA, I want him to get out there and feel the.
Yeah, we were going to take them out this year, and then one time we could all do it. They had like 20-mile-an-hour winds, white cap, and I wasn't about to get the boat out there, tear it up, get somebody hurt out there. Because I just got a bass boat, and you get them to go out.
You're gonna have to get a party barge for all them people.
Better just rent one for the night.
I've been to a place where they rented pontoon boats. You wouldn't imagine the amount of accidents and stuff and things they had listed for stuff that people did with pontoon boats.
Oh yeah. Well,
my boy is in the house. Hi, Mark. Can't wait to hear their next show because it sounds like they had some activity over the weekend. Chad.
Hey, Mark. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah. I'll leave that to them.
That's right. We'll leave that to Mark's show. Yep.
Yeah, Chad was there.
I was there.
Well, if we're able to get back out anytime soon. It's supposed to turn cold again, but maybe we'll be able to get out. If it's in the upper 30s, lower 40s, I don't mind going out. I can dress warm.
Oh yeah.
Just gotta put them layers on.
Yeah, layering up's the best thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I've got a Sub-Zero suit. It's good up to 60 below, so I stay warm.
My goodness.
That's just because I do fish all year long. I've been out there 4 inches of snow on the boat and fishing along.
You got an icebreaker on the front of your boat.
Don't worry, I don't go with him whenever this happens.
I wouldn't either. Sorry.
One of our buddies did that bow fishing one time. He went by himself. He said it was for science purposes.
Right.
He's dressed up like the Gorton's fisherman, got all of his life. He's out there breaking ice trying to go bow fishing. I said, I don't think that's going to work.
You should never do it by yourself like that, man. You fall in, you're gone. You're done. You ain't getting back in that boat by yourself with all them
That's
clothes
right.
on.
I know a lot of guys that fish by themselves. I don't know.
I'll fish by myself in the spring and summer, day or night, but wintertime when I'm bundled up, I won't fish by myself. I want someone there. Even with the life jacket on, you still gonna have to have somebody help you get back in the boat with all them clothes.
Yeah. So you guys are getting that. You say you just bought some thermal and some audio recorders and stuff. What else is on your I'd like to have list for equipment?
What's not on the I want to have?
Yeah, right.
I'd like to buy me a 4570 to carry in the boat just in case things get buried.
A good GoPro and a dish. And I gotta get new lights put on this boat. I've got to get some lights put on this boat. This one I don't have them on it yet, but I'll get them on there eventually.
Yeah, I'd like to have some GoPros. That way we could have one like attached to our back or something. If something's going on behind us. I don't know if they make night vision GoPros, but if they do, that's what I want.
Right. I wonder if anybody use Osmos, a 360-degree camera, when you're like up on it, elevate it, you get a 360-degree video. That would be something I would try.
I mean, you got them seat poles that you can put one on. You can just put it on a pole and stick it up there and let it go. But I don't have one.
If we're asking for a Christmas list,
hold on, let me get a pen and paper.
I'd like to have a decent little thermal drone where you could put it up in the air where we're working and see if you can see anything from the top.
I was kind of waiting for Jeff to buy one, but he hasn't done it yet. So.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that big break,
Yeah, right.
Chad, does your son have thermal on his or what's
on his drone? Yeah. Yeah,
his son does deer recovery out in Ohio.
Yeah. There's a guy that does it around here, like looking for, I guess probably does the deer thing too, probably, but looking for lost pets that get lost out in the woods or something.
Same thing. Yep.
There's big money in that if you want to do it.
There is, but there's so many people doing it now. That's what, his complaint was. He goes, I was one of the first around our area, and now there's like 5 or 6 other people. He said, we all work together, but that doesn't make you any money.
Yeah,
Right.
That's right. Yep. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
For sure.
You finally think you got your piece of the pie, and then next thing you know, the bobber's in the lake right next to you.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You just got to keep pushing. Try to be a little better. That's all.
If I lived closer to him, he lives in Ohio. If I lived closer to him, I would get him to start going out and doing things with his drone,
Right.
researching other things. But I don't know if he's a believer or a non-believer, but maybe one day he'll spot something on his camera. And
Yeah. Then it'll be like,
I'd
hey,
love to have a drone out here where we go. When we hear something, just send that sucker up and head that area and see what it is. 'Cause we're just hearing way, way too much stuff.
My YouTube channel's not quite that big yet.
yeah, yeah, see that one. Yeah. 20 grand on a killer drone, killer thermal.
Yes.
We try and go live, but it's so dark out there that, you can't.
I've went live a couple of times, but you can't really see much. But I bought me a new headlamp, so I may be able to use that to go live out there now.
But you still have more ears listening too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, Mark, I'm still awake. We had a blast with them up here.
You see it? Did you see it? The arm went up.
Uh-oh. That's the first sign. When the arm goes up like this, Jeffrey's fading fast.
It's called caffeine and chewing tobacco. That's what.
What are we at? 2:15.
Yeah, we're at 2 hours and 15 minutes. So great photos, video,
Yes,
audio.
thank you guys.
We appreciate it, man.
Thank you guys for having us on.
I like when
So
there's
cool.
lots of photos and videos. Sorry, Jerry.
No, you're fine. It's okay to interrupt me. But anyway, no, we appreciate you doing that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool
Thanks
to
again
see.
for having us.
Well, we enjoy it. It's pretty exciting when we catch something.
Yeah, and when you,
We just
when
need
you
a
get
full-on
some more
visual
goodies,
now.
let us know. Gladly have you back on, man.
For sure.
Yep.
We'll
For
definitely
sure.
have
Right,
some more
Jeffrey?
content in the future.
Oh yeah.
You know, unless they quit coming to where we go, then we'll have more to come.
All right.
I don't think they're leaving that area. They like that spot.
It's been a couple years since I've heard them. It's probably 4 years now that I've continuously heard something about every time we go.
Yep.
Is
Well,
that,
it was
is that
2017.
trying to read their T-shirts?
Oh, Bigfoot research.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Did you
thought
buy
they
the-
had Boone County shirts.
Yeah, I got these in Gatlinburg. Bought one for me, one for Wyatt. Bought them in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
But my
That's a
plan.
busy kid.
Yeah, it is.
Gatlinburg
My plan
is
for the
freaking-
channel is I'm planning on trying to do a live every once in a while. So I'm going to be looking for guests for that before too long.
Cool.
So if anybody wants to come on the show,
I'll be more awake next time.
No, he won't. Anyway,
I'll have you guys on there.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to get off here, guys. I'm gonna have to drive home and go to bed. 5 o'clock comes
Yeah,
early.
oh yeah, I remember those.
you're lucky.
Yeah.
It's only 9:45 where you live. It's 10:45 here.
Yeah, almost 10 o'clock. Yep.
But anyway,
Yeah, those pesky time zones really throw things off.
Well, he got lucky and he got moved to day shift. I'm still on night shift, so I can stay here all night. So.
That pesky job gets in the way. That's what it is.
Yep.
that sounds good, Skin Quando. Absolutely. He's got some interesting photos from last year. He's going to email me and we'll do a show with him. That sounds good.
Awesome.
We'll do that. We'll get that going. You send them over, and we'll get you scheduled. Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Next week, Jeff, who do we have?
We have Thomas Seawind.
And a brief knowledge about him is
Well, he's Native American. He's up around, I think, British Columbia, somewhere in Canada, and he's a fishing guide. He's been doing stuff for years. He's had a lot of encounters over the years. He also has like one of the highest watch shows on Bigfoot or Sasquatch Chronicles.
yes.
Yeah. 70-something thousand views.
Yeah.
Oh wow, cool. Wow. I'll have to dress up.
He said he's glad it's Tuesday night so it doesn't interfere with sports, college football or something. I'm like,
After this past weekend, I gave up on sports. So you don't know who you can trust.
Well, at least you're not an Arkansas Razorback fan.
yeah, he's somewhere up in there. I got to go back and watch some of his stuff so I can reacquaint myself.
Yep.
Very
Sounds
nice.
good. Sounds like it'll be a good show again. So.
He's had encounters from fishing boats and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds great. All right, guys, gals. Thank you for chat. Thank you all being here, and
Yep.
we will be
I
back
will
next
appreciate it.
8:15
Thanks for the
p.m.
evening.
Yep, I appreciate you guys coming on, man. Keep up the good work.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Keep it up.
Keep
Keep it
more
up.
video and audio, man. We love that stuff.
We'll try.
Yeah,
Thanks
that's
so
right,
much.
Hillary. He's First Nation Cree.
All right, say good night, Jeffrey.
Good night, everybody.
Nah,
You
good
didn't-
one, guys.
Bye, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you. He's gone.
Yeah, go to bed.
We'll see,
All right.
Richard.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See ya.
for
Thank you,
coming
guys.
over.